Macron, the Rothschilds, and the illusion of power in a puppet world. Emmanuel Macron's rise to power has long been shrouded in the perfumed air of elite grooming. A former banker at Rothschild Cie, he was rapidly catapulted into the presidency of France with all the hallmarks of a made-for-TV political saga. But his personal and professional background tells a more revealing story, one not of democratic ascent, but of selection by the global financial aristocracy. And at the center of this theater stands a name few dare to openly challenge: Rothschild. Macron is not an isolated phenomenon. He is a prototype of the modern technocratic leader, a smiling face for policies scripted in boardrooms far removed from public scrutiny. His relationship with the Rothschild banking dynasty, particularly during his time overseeing Nestlé's $12 billion acquisition of Pfizer's baby food division, marked the moment he became more than just an insider. He became a trustee of the system. His wife, Brigitte Macron, often portrayed as a mere curiosity due to their age difference or the swirling and increasingly widespread rumors about her identity and past, also hails from an elite French industrial family. The Trognu chocolate empire in Picardy is no stranger to old wealth and powerful friends. Yet her alleged transformation, rumored in alternative circles to involve a controversial sex change, is not the scandal that matters. These stories may be shocking, but they are distractions. The real scandal lies not in gender identity, but in the identity of who owns the system. If you scratch the surface of any global crisis, economic, political, or military, you will almost always find financial fingerprints beneath. The Rothschilds, whose wealth is so diversified and concealed that estimates of their fortune remain speculative, have maintained silent control over central banking systems for centuries. This includes indirect influence over the Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, the Bank of England, and the IMF. Let's not forget, when Donald Trump's casino empire collapsed in Atlantic City, it was none other than Wilbur Ross, then senior managing director at Rothschild Incorporated, who arranged the bailout. Trump, for all his nationalist bravado, was kept afloat by the very globalist financiers he publicly condemned. The irony is rich and intentional. Meanwhile, Macron has become a lightning rod for social unrest. His harsh pension reforms, his allegiance to NATO's US-led imperial framework, and his alignment with EU technocrats have made him wildly unpopular in the streets of Paris. And yet, like a well-programmed asset, he stays the course. Why? Because he doesn't serve the people, he serves the system. The same puppetry is on display in the United Kingdom. Keir Starmer's Labour, Boris Johnson's clownish Brexit circus, and even the sterile reign of King Charles. These figures are not leaders in any true sense. They are managers, appointed by an invisible board of directors to give legitimacy to policies crafted by banks, lobbies, and private foundations. The monarchy itself, from Windsor Investments to Crown Estate Holdings, is entangled in financial systems run by Rothschild-like entities. And yet, even this hierarchy has deeper layers. One of the most underexplored mechanisms of elite power is seigniorage, the privilege of money creation. Central banks around the world allow private entities, commercial banks, and the banking cartel at large to create money from nothing and charge interest on it. If governments reclaimed this right, as Turkish finance professor Artug Çetin once argued, countries like the US could erase their $37 trillion debt in a decade. But they don't, because they are not allowed to. This is the true battleground, not left versus right, Macron versus Le Pen, or Trump versus Biden. Those are televised distractions. The real war is between sovereign power and supranational banking empires. When U.S. Ambassador Charles Freeman reportedly called for the arrest of dissidents like Tucker Carlson or independent journalists daring to question this apparatus, he was not acting as a diplomat. He was acting as an enforcer. The message is simple. If you lift the curtain, you'll be silenced. But censorship, arrests, and smear campaigns only confirm the truth. When Brigitte Macron sues media outlets over rumors, it reveals the desperation to control not just the narrative, but the illusion. Because if people begin to question the identity of a first lady, they might soon question the entire edifice that put her husband in power. And once that illusion crumbles, there's no turning back. This isn't about Brigitte. It's not even about Macron. It's about a global financial empire, centuries in the making, that has turned democracies into boardrooms and elections into PR campaigns. The Rothschilds are merely the most visible of these hidden hands, but they are far from alone. To truly awaken, the public must stop looking at the puppets and start studying the strings and the hands that pull them.